Good evening. My name is Nicole Ocampo Montoya, and I'm a member of Prep 9, Contingent 32. Two weeks ago, I graduated from the Hotchkiss school, and tonight, I have the pleasure of graduating from our own beloved Prep. I want to start by letting everyone in on a little secret. I actually first applied to Prep 4 Prep in the 5th grade. Okay. 7 years ago, I brought home a letter from Prep 4 Prep. The name was entirely foreign to me, though really everything was foreign to me then, as I'd moved from Colombia to live with my mom only 2 years prior. I was still getting used to American food, and a lot of words sounded funny to me, though maybe they just sounded funny coming out of my mouth. I still can't wrap my head around my colonel is pronounced colonel and not colonel. Anyways, I thought I had won a scholarship and waited for the look of pride on my mother's face. Come to find out, I was actually invited to a prep information session. It was there I first understood prep was a shot at success. I was thrilled and intimidated and agreed to try. But I didn't even pass the very first round of writing and math tests. The rejection hit me hard. I thought that I was ready, but I had failed. A shower and an ice cream cone later, I realized that this failure was an opportunity. In middle school, I was determined to improve. I joined my middle school's newspaper to strengthen my English, and at home, my mom and I wrangled with that day's algebra. I made a conscious effort to bounce back. And then the unexpected happened. In 7th grade, I received an invitation to try again. But this time, it was different. It was Prep 9. It was boarding school. I was hesitant and maybe even a little petty. They didn't want me then, maybe I didn't want them now. But I knew an opportunity when I saw it. So I grabbed a hold of it. And to this day, I am still holding on tight. I like telling people that story because it was then that I discovered that success is not always picturesque. My second shot at prep felt like fate, and yet it was one of the first times I knew I had worked hard to truly deserve something. In the fall of 2019, I sat in my mom's Suzuki, anxiously headed toward Hotchkiss. I was scared. Scared to leave the only home I had known in the US and to be away from my community. I arrived at Hotchkiss ready to pursue the love and comfort I felt at prep and focused on forging real connections. At Sunday brunches, munching on baked goods, or at a fingerprinting workshop trying to ever so delicately lift prints, I discovered an equation. Passion multiplies passion. This equation guided my efforts in the classroom. I studied linear algebra and became an engineer for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation's Go Baby Go Kart project. I even built my own electric guitar, which I designed to look like a wedge of cheese. While these feats have been some of my most rewarding, they've also been the most taxing. And it was not only fate that got me there. It was relentless, meticulous, and unwavering effort. You could call it grit, determination, maybe even stubbornness. Whatever it is, it's something every past and present prep student has. I'm saying all of this to emphasize perspective. If my 12-year-old self had abandoned the prospect of Prep 9 simply because of a rejection letter 2 years prior and labeled it fate, I would not have attended Hotchkiss, become head of the Society Women in STEM and cross-country captain, met my best friends, become an avid computer scientist and engineer. Simply put, I would not be here tonight. In the grand scheme of things, our 14 months in the preparatory component will amount to about 1.66% of our lives. Over time, the memories of annotating grade expectations until midnight or memorizing angle theorems for Miss Augustine's class may fade. But I won't forget our community's resilience and desire for excellence. Thank you, Prep, for instilling a fire in us to be great and a willingness for connection. Thank you to my teachers in prep and Hotchkiss for encouraging me to think boldly and unapologetically. And most importantly, thank you to my mommy and my family who have never been afraid to push me beyond perceived limits and take a leap of faith. All this support led me to reach for the stars and work with NASA as a Mars mission design intern, and thanks to prep at Evercore last summer and at JP Morgan this summer. And I enthusiastically await my first year at Stanford University. For all of us graduating here tonight, roughly 26% of our lives have flown by. With the remainder of our time, pursue, if nothing else, a life filled with chance and risk and immeasurable triumphs and failures. There will be moments where it feels like what is happening around us is out of our control, that all we can do is try to fine line between fate and effort. But there is power in our efforts. Know that every one of us has deserved the successes coming our way. Let us welcome a future where fate and effort come together to shape our lives with purpose and passion. Thank you.